Hi everyone, my name is Ricky Sundrani. I'm a vice president with the pricing assurance team at Everest Group. I lead some of our work on cloud, infrastructure, and cybersecurity, price and solution benchmarking. I also have my colleague Rohan Pant, who's a fellow practice director and leads some of our pricing research on the digital workplace services side of things. So, in the recent last 6 months, we've had a lot of conversations and clients reaching out to us to understand more about what in the market is being called as DaaS or device as a service. So Rohan, in your research and in your conversations, how do you explain DaaS, right? And why is it suddenly becoming so popular? And what does it really entail?
First of all, thanks for inviting me, Ricky. This is a very interesting topic that we are talking about here, and DaaS as a concept has been there in the industry for quite a while now. And basically, the whole premise behind DaaS is that this would consist of the asset which we talk about, laptop, desktop, or PCs or anything, and then we have the softwares. You can talk about Office 365 and any imaging software or others. And then analytics and managed services. The combination of this is going to make it a DaaS service. So when it comes to managed services, we see service providers providing image management support, application packaging support, Office 365 support, and sometimes even FSO is included in this offering. So the combination of all this makes it a complete solution, which we name it as DaaS, device as a service. Now, the best thing about this service is that it is very easy to comprehend for an enterprise. So for a customer, he just has to look into a per device pricing. For him to consume the service, it's only a per device offering for him. So he does not have to buy an asset separately. He does not have to buy a software separately. Neither does he have to buy services separately. So this is all a combination of all these. Now, talking about the popularity, yes, in the COVID era, what we have seen is that these deals have certainly picked up. Uh, you talk about device as a service, every second or the third deal in the market when it comes to workplace services, we are seeing these deals. And the reason behind uh, is that now most of the customers, they do not want to have that asset. They do not want to have that hassles of asset procurement, and they want to have a cash flow. They do not want to do a one-time payment to an OEM vendor like a Dell or a HP for laptops and then go to a HCL and seek for managed services. So, having that whole services and a per device pricing, it becomes very easier for an enterprise to actually consume the services.
So it's almost like a no-brainer and almost represents the shift that we've seen enterprises have over the last few years towards as a service models across their entire IT computing stack towards SaaS, towards PaaS and IaaS. So this is one more step in that direction in a way. So then what do you see as the future for this particular offering in the next few years?
I think this is an offering that is here to stay for some time. And the reason, I have already given some of the reasons that are there for this offering, since most of the customers do not want to pay upfront. And the leasing rate has become very now, unlike previously when the leases were high, now they're very competitive. So the future is very bright for these offerings, and they are here to stay for the next 2 or 3 years. We will see more and more of these deals in the market, and especially with someone like a Microsoft coming with M365 offerings, and we are going to see more and more such deals because these are all consumption-based models that we are talking about here. And what we are also seeing is even the OEMs like HP, Dell, they are also getting into this space. So it's not just service provider leasing a laptop from a Dell or an HP and then they are selling the services to the customer. It's also the OEM players like HP and Dell giving the whole services around. So this has become a very interesting space from that matter. And we've also seen some of the resellers doing the same, adding their value added services and then pitching it to the customer. So the future is very bright for this for DaaS, and I think we are going to see more and more of these deals in the future.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for sharing these insights, and we'll definitely track this market and see how it evolves and how the adoption increases amongst enterprises. Thank you so much for sharing these insights today.
Thanks for having me here.